like, you're sentenced to a life of getting fucked in the ass by my big devil dick. And then Rush Limbaugh just kind of like looks back and he's just like, thank you. You know, I tried. I really tried. I thought I had a fantastic little cyclical process that I could do when making these videos that I make. And we put out that Bigfoot one, and then I made a vlog post like this one, where I read all of the angry misspelled comments that we got all over the place, and it was really funny, and we all had a good laugh. And I got way too jacked up about the idea of, oh, maybe let's set that up on purpose. Like, I made a Facebook group called the Shitbringers Union, which is still funny and still exists if you want to join that. I won't stop you, and we're going to do our best. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna crank up how much I rattle the cage with these videos. Like, I'm still gonna try to make a point. It's gonna be funny, but I almost want to, like, antagonize people a little bit into, you know, leaving shitty comments and stuff, and just because I know they're going to anyway as this gets more popular. Like, no matter what, like, I could be, like, Jesus could come back and make instructional videos on how to be nice to each other, and the fucking misspelled troll comments would be all, you sound like a socialist to me, fucking, well, maybe the Bible's talking about libertarianism, whatever, there'd be something, and, I'm not as nice as Jesus, nor as well-spoken, so I figured, well, I'm gonna get a whole lot of bullshit. But I didn't. And that's surprising. Let's just take a look at the highlights from the last video real quick.
Shut the fuck up, you crazy bitch!
An epileptic porn star's dick. Oh, you mean that fat guy who sucks? A giant tornado of yellow diarrhea.
Fetal alcohol syndrome.
Raise my pervert. A shoddily stitched together walking corpse. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing!
Bitches be trippin'.
Make an omelet without.
Yeah. I fat-shamed Alex Jones. Mentioning him at all is probably a pretty bad idea. The word bitches appears frequently. And I shot an endangered panda in the face. I mean, I know it's just a puppet, but it was a real gun. I don't have a prop gun. No, I'm kidding. Maybe it wasn't real. I don't know. Either way, somebody should have a problem with that. But yeah, it's, I'm not just going for negative attention. Like, that's not the point or anything like that. I just... All I really got were glowing reviews, and I super appreciate that, but I just figured that this would be kind of a fun game, and it kind of leaves me, I'm making these vlogs regardless, and I know they just started out as me mostly just reading the mail that came to my house, but now the whole YouTube thing is enveloping a lot of my life, so I do want to talk about that. So I'm going to make the best of it. And I'm going to read, I'm going to do my best to find comments that are, you know, maybe at least a little antagonistic. Like, there's this first one here up at the top. Every second of this was fantastic. Thank you. Not a lot to add there, but here's someone. It feels almost like there is an ethereal layer of irony to this video. Now, this starts off given, it seems like I'm going to get a big actually or something out of this, this person, but... Nope, layer of irony to this video given that it's about videos that are edited together well enough that you simply believe them, meanwhile being an example of nearly perfect editing and production. Regardless, very well made. I loved it. So, nope, that one, it almost took a turn. And then it didn't. So, yeah, I'm not left. And again, the positive comments make me feel good. This shit is a ridiculous amount of work. I don't know why I'm doing it. No, I do. I've always kind of wanted to have like a TV show or be like when I made my foray into stand-up comedy, I don't think it's necessarily that I was like, ooh, I really want to live Bill Burr's life and go on the road and do... I like doing stand-up. I mean, I can't right now anyway, but even when it comes back, I don't know, I kind of pivoted into this. Oh yeah, right, because it's like my dream would be more to be like Eric Andre, or on the low end of the crazy scale, the Conan O'Brien or something like that. That weird, I mean, look at our logo. It's supposed to remind you of Johnny Carson or something like that. That's always like kind of more what I wanted, and So I figured just making the show, I have people that help me, but making my own little thing, as it were, would be a good way to do that. I'm not gonna fucking move to California or New York and be like, oh boy, I'm gonna just keep doing stand-up, and then maybe somebody will see me and they'll be like, we're finally gonna make a new Tonight Show and you're gonna be the host. Like, no, it's just, I'm just living a weird combination of fantasies because I like late at night sci-fi channel bullshit shows, which is kind of what I've never thought about it like that is based on, and I feel like there's like a fun mix to be had there, but it is like kind of an absolutely insane amount of writing and editing and stuff. So anyone that has anything nice to say, it feels really good. You know, if you were avoiding leaving a comment, for example, because you're like, well, John only likes bad attention. No, I like good attention too. If you have something nice to say, but you feel like it's already been said, go ahead and say it again. I need that shit. I need it real bad, baby. You don't know how bad I need it. And don't try to just be like, oh, I'll make them feel better. I'll come up with something shitty to say about it. It has to be real. I'll know. Like, I'll know if you're like, hey, I like Alex Jones. You're a dummy dum-dum. I'm like, you're just doing it to try to make me feel better, and I appreciate that, but this last one I did also, I will admit, was a little broad. Because the Bigfoot one, I think that just happened too easy. It was kind of a slam dunk. Because people worship Bigfoot, as I said in the last vlog. They see him as like a spiritual entity or something. So even proving that he is real is like, through science, is like upsetting to people. It'd be like if we actually were like, no, we found God. Like, we invented this thing. There's like a chip that goes in your brain that helps you vibrate at the vibration of the ethereal plane of the universe, and you do enough DMT and you can just talk to him, man. And he's like, yeah, no, just love each other. It's not real big, you know. I know it's hard sometimes, but, you know, if you want this whole human race thing to keep going, here's kind of what you got to do. It's not too bad. Whatever. And they'd be like, well, which religion is right? He's like, they're all whatever. Just be nice. Jesus Christ, people. He would say that to be funny. I'll bet he's funny. But yeah, if you would do that, people would be like, well, he didn't say that Muslims were bad or something, and so we don't like that one. Love everybody. Everybody, are you sure? And it would just be, yeah, I could make a video where I invent a machine that I could use to talk to God, and someone would be like, bleh. Well, I don't want to hear it. You know exactly how that would work. Actually, that would be funny. If funny enough to make a fake video where I pretend to do that? Maybe so. Maybe I could get a lot worse reactions by pretending to talk to God through a science machine. And a combination of that and drugs. What else was I going to say about that? Oh yeah, okay, so Bigfoot is an easy way to antagonize people, and just kind of going like, hey, do you realize that, like, everything you've ever seen is maybe a lie? Is, for some reason, it's too broad of a stroke to make anyone actually be like, what? No, I believe in garbage. But I guess maybe it was done too well, because maybe at that point, maybe fighting with me about the points I make is, like, even if they make you mad, it's kind of hopeless, because you're like, to disagree with what I said in that last video about deceptive editing and stuff, like, if you're gonna go, no, fuck you, you're wrong, you're basically just admitting that you believe everything you see, and you like to get fooled by it, even though I actually picked the evidence apart. Like, I showed you how to do it. If you haven't watched that one, you should go check it out. I don't know why in the world you'd be watching this and then not that. Like, this is stupid. Like, don't click on this kind of shit. The other one has, like, animation and puppets and guns and green screen stuff, and it's, like, all fancy. This is just me sitting in my home bar, feeling sorry for myself because not enough trolls yelled at me on the internet. You know, I think, though, hang on. I did post it on, like, Reddit. By the way, I made a couple of friends on Reddit. I should shout them out, because they've been really nice. I've shouted out, God damn it, I don't remember how to say his name. He's General Fly on Reddit, but his YouTube is TIB3R, and I feel like I should ask. Maybe that's a thing from the kids. I'm 40, so I fucking have no idea. The people I'm talking to are way younger than me. They're still full of life and hope, and it keeps me going, but his channel is like funny skits and stuff, and we were talking about the Dave Chappelle's pop copy skit, and his skit actually kind of inspired Bitches Be Trippin' a little bit, in so far as that he was doing it. He does kind of like comedy skits on there, and I'm like, you know, he's a guy with a camera and a couple friends like I am. Like, oh, I could do that too. I love that. So I want to try. And we talked about that, and it was really fun. So go to his YouTube channel. Also, I met another young person named Lexi. Damn it. I'll put her thing on the screen. Lexi VAD, LEXIVAD. And they do drum videos and funny things. I did a voice of like an old man who was too old to carry drums to the gigs anymore, which that I was just playing myself. I did my best impression of Woodhouse from Archer mixed with Grandpa Simpson, and just was like, and that got used in a video. But yeah, check those two out. They both gave me really positive reviews when I posted the video on Reddit, but you know, just like, oh, look, maybe there's a little bit of outline around the green screen. I bought a bunch of new lights though, so that should actually fix that. Yeah, positive overall. But somebody who I don't know, where is that? This is pictures of just stuff. Oh yeah, so someone who I feel like is probably 12. There was another idea I had for a video, just speaking of that, where I wanted to talk about how you don't know really most of the time if someone's talking to you on the internet who they are. And it's not like a don't talk to strangers, stranger danger 80s thing. We all talk to strangers every day. Do we really know each other at this point? You're all strangers. I mean, even if I've met you, you've only gotten stranger. So have I. But I'm not sure who this person is, but I think they're really young. And I had this idea that I'm like, I wonder how many 12-year-olds on the internet who are, you know, you have to be 18 to vote. How many 12-year-olds on the internet have turned the tide of, like, politics in any given country because they're just like, you know, I believe in this and that and the other thing, and because they heard their dad who came back from Iraq being like, fucking, I don't understand why we have to pay taxes, and they're like, yeah, and they're like living on disability, but they don't get it or whatever. Like, and people hear that person and they get all fired up and they make a Facebook group about it and they all go vote that way, and they're like, a little kid who is listening to someone with PTSD, like, totally just convinced everyone to go out and act on something. And, like, that's why I don't get mad at anybody. That's why I actually kind of invite trolley contents, too, because a lot of them are maybe not a little kid, but someone who's really old, if it's in all caps, or just is totally just lived on a dirt road their whole life. And they're like, here's the thing about society. I'm like, you know 5 people. Like, how are you commenting on this? But I get that that's who it is. Like, we have this perception that it's just another person like us who's just kind of angry. And it's like, it's totally not. It could be the circumstances of people's lives are totally crazy. So this person, if I imagine them as another adult, this is really funny. But then if maybe they're kind of like a little kid, I'm like, oh, okay, I see. But all right, so this is the only thing that was all that funny that got posted on the last video. Prefer it without foul language. Otherwise, I find it quite entertaining, and somehow I watched it till the end, which it still turned into a compliment because they're like, yeah, somehow it's 15 minutes long. They don't know who I am. This is some rando on Reddit, and they watched the whole thing, and they're like, oh, it's good, but they don't like foul language. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I never thought about that. Like, I just had a conversation, and they're really nice. Like, I kind of get that sometimes foul language, like the F word, that's how they wrote it, can make things funny. It's just that the timing for the foul language is not on point, and the way you say it should be dramatic, so that it will be more entertaining. Otherwise, cool video. And so this is all I have. This is all I have to work with and complain about, which is somebody that really liked the video. They normally don't even make it to the end of videos. And it was filled with cussing, which they don't like. And they managed it anyway. So I feel pretty good about that. I guess the only thing I can address that's like a little funny to me is was it off point? Was it not all that well timed? Like, I do swear in it. But this is why I think it's somebody really young. I think they come from a I don't like a world where the swearing and stuff from the entertainment that they absorb from other YouTubes, they're talking about it being dramatic. So it has to be that thing where it's some kid that's, I'm making a lot of assumptions. It's playing a Minecraft video or whatever the hell. And they're like talking, and then it's gotta be dramatic. It's gotta be like, and then I was like, and then the thing on the game didn't work, and I was like, what the fuck? And it turns red and the screen shakes, and like, whoa! Whereas I just casually swear like an old man that's hasn't had to have any kind of real clock into job in I don't know how many years, where I can't swear, like it just hasn't mattered in so long. Oh, fucking, probably aliens, shit, I don't know. And I just talk like that, and that bothered them because it wasn't dramatic enough. And that's an interesting way to look at it, and honestly, I'm probably not going to take the advice. I'm probably going to swear exactly how I swear, but I have just never had a stranger on the internet be like, you cuss way too much. And I don't really like that. But sir, I like what you're saying, and I think it's real fun. So, yeah, I don't really have a lot for this one. I guess I could talk a little bit about the next one. The next one's going to be about aliens. I'm writing it right now, and it's obviously going to be weird. It's like when I say something's about something, it's never really about whatever in the fuck that thing is. Like, it's going to be maybe like from the alien's perspective or something. And I can give it away all I want. I don't think anybody watches these things for like suspense. Like, no spoilers, it's about aliens, but here's the twist. Like, no, it's going to be about whatever. Like, the alien could talk about how no one in the government really knows who they are. They just found some crashed pieces of ship, so they're really like, they can't let people find out about it because maybe Russia will steal the idea and they'll get us with alien lasers. They're just doing their job. The aliens have a job to do. And I'll find a way to shit on things and get... I'm not intentionally going just to rattle the cage and get hate. I just want to talk about touchy things. And maybe timely things. Like, I chose to shit on Alex Jones because I think it's funny to shit on him. And I think it's funny that my friend Ben called him the fat guy who sucks. Because he couldn't remember his name one time. And I just had to use that, like, you know, props. But that was great. And then Alexis, after I made that video and after we had, you know, obviously talked about that a lot, came up to me and was like, hey, did you hear that other fat guy who sucks died? Just not as a joke. I love how so much stupid shit comes out of my mouth that everyone around me just gets at some point used to it, and they just start using it in a way that's not even like, I'm doing a joke. It's just kind of like, oh, that other fat guy who sucks died. She couldn't remember his name. There's just all these fat guys who suck, and I knew she was talking about Rush Limbaugh, who I'm gonna make at least a little bit of a joke about that guy, because he kind of ruined America. He did a real good job of it, but I hope he's happy wherever he is. I mean, hell, obviously. But you know how in movies and stuff, or no, probably even in real life, I don't know, where, you know, someone gets in trouble, they break the law, and then maybe it was to like help their family or something, you know, they're just kind of a rascally person trying to make it in this world, and the judge is like, I find you guilty of stealing that thing to help feed your family, but I sentence you to time served. And then like, and don't do it again, or whatever. And maybe that's what's happening to Rush Limbaugh in hell. Like, you know, for the things that he set in motion, and just the lies that hurt people, and all of that stuff. It's like the punishment for that is probably getting fucked in the ass by a demon forever. I'm guessing it just has to be. Or it's a variety of things, but they picked that one because, you know, how people are. It's like he had all this homophobic shit to say, and he was all... Someone made a joke on the internet. He's like, he had an awful lot of bad stuff to say about gender-neutral bathrooms for a man whose gravesite is about to become one, which is funny. That means everybody of all different kinds of all races and genders are gonna poop on his grave, and it's gonna be a gender-neutral bathroom where everyone is welcome, and that'll be fun. Maybe I'll make the trip. But anyway, I imagine a little scene where, you know, maybe the actual devil, you know, he's just kind of like, you're sentenced to a life of getting fucked in the ass by my big devil dick. And then Rush Limbaugh just kind of like looks back and he's just like, thank you. Because, he always wanted that, but, there's nothing wrong with that, but, the devil's probably got a pointy wiener. It's not going to be that much fun, but hey. It's like you had to pick, it's like you could have been drowning, boiled in diarrhea forever, or whatever. Like, the devil's like, hey, at least you tried. And the devil winks at him, and then fucks Rush Limbaugh in the ass forever. I think everybody kind of wins. With that, I think I only said that because I want to hashtag his name to get the video attention, and probably cut that clip apart so that I can use it as the little teaser thing. And maybe someone will yell at me, and then maybe I can make fun of them for being stupid. You know what, guys? I actually feel a lot better now. And, I'm only a little bit drunk, so I'm gonna go... I have a lot to do. I'm gonna go write that script. I've never thought about it like that. I'm gonna make it about aliens. I decided right now, and you got to see it. Isn't that fun? Alright, I got work to do.